today what is criminal justice and the criminal justice system in itself. And criminal justice is the name for the system that is used to put criminals behind bars and make sure justice is served. And this is made up of three different main parts. And these three main parts are being law enforcement, the court system, and corrections/prisons. And I'm going to elaborate on these later. But first I want to start off with law enforcement. And law enforcement include police officers, detectives, patrollers, basically anybody who is in our community or anywhere around us, one, to keep us safe, and also make sure nobody's breaking laws or going out of line. And there's also different branches in law enforcement. So you have like the narcotics division, along with people who normally write speeding tickets and patrol cars. And next would be the court system. And there's many different types of courts. And one type of court, you'd have like your county court, which is right over in Wentworth. And then along with the highest level of courts, which would be the Supreme Court, which is sat on by 9 justices. And some of the highest level, highest media, biggest cases in the United States take place there if they make it all the way through like the county courts, all different types. And there's also like appellate courts, divorce courts, and it goes on and on. And the next main part of the criminal justice system would be corrections/prisons. And the corrections/prisons can be referred to as a piece of the infrastructure in the criminal justice system that is used to sentence and implement discipline amongst inmates. And these prison facilities are used to hold different inmates that have committed many different types of crimes, being from rape, murder, theft, larceny, anything like that. So there's also different sentences that can be held by the inmates that are in these prisons. So you can get 25 to life, the death penalty, a year with parole. It all depends on how your court hearing goes and the judge who is actually doing your hearing. Now there's 2 different types of models among the criminal justice system, one being the consensus model. And the consensus model means that the different systems in the criminal justice system are working together in unison to make sure that justice is served and they're doing right by the people and making sure the people who are being prosecuted, aka the defendant, and they're abiding by their civil rights. The next will be the conflict model, and this is where different agencies or branches of the criminal justice system are fighting or conflicting against each other to make sure their own goals are being achieved, and they might even go and undercut somebody else just so they can have their moment and make sure everything goes their way, etc. Now, with all that being said, the criminal justice system is something that is much needed, and it is used pretty much every day as there are crimes being committed all the time, and we have these people and these different systems set up to make sure things go as smooth as possible. But also some cases do slip between the cracks, and we have cold cases, and also sometimes we have wrongful convictions. And all in all, this system does have its flaws, but also has its many successes. And I'm very glad we have people who are out there like law enforcement, risking their lives and making sure I'm safe and people around me are safe. And also I want to feel safe and live in a safe community. So after having this little talk here about the criminal justice system, I just want to say thanks, and that's it.